Hey friends, what's up? I've got a very gothic set for you today. This is a very, it's you could consider it a scary set, I guess. This is from the Lego Wednesday theme from it's from the Netflix show. It's based on it. This is Wednesday in Enid's dorm room. Probably one of the only ones I'll pick up. I'm kind of tempted by the flower set. I think it looks nice. This is based on season one, so there's no season two stuff in here. And I think they just released season two sets. So if you want those, they're out, I believe. And this is one of the bigger sets. This has 750 pieces, just shy of 800, and it's a good size. It's basically it's the top of Nevermore Academy. It's like one of the tower rooms. It's the dorm room. It's like the top of one of the towers, and it's based on the architecture, which is really cool. And you get 5 figures. I'm only showing 3 here, but you do get 5. And it's kind of more of a display set, but it does have a really cool play feature, which we'll get to. And it's one of the nicer ones, and I think it is one of the best looking sets. Just the design of it is really kind of creepy and eerie. It's very Tim Burton. It feels very Burton-like with its look, which is great. I'm a big fan of the show too, and I think it captures the look very well. And I'm glad to have it, and I think it looks really nice. I like all the colors, and I think it would just look great. And before we take a look at the bill, I would normally push it aside, but since it's so big, I'll just leave it there. We get 5 figures. I'll talk about the other two a little later, but we get, of course, Wednesday, if she will focus. We get her in the Nevermore Academy look. It's just like the typical, school uniform. She looks great. Definitely looks like Jenna. Like, seriously, look at this face. It's so coded to Jenna Ortega. And to zoom in a little bit, look at this. It's so accurate. Like, just the face, the hair. I think they made the new hair for her, because this is definitely new hair. It's really cool. Great uniform. Got the N. Got the like striping. It's very Burton-y. Very nice. She looks fantastic. Just the design is so like spot on, and she looks so nice. Very nice. She has the grumpy face, obviously the grouchy, scowly look that she's known for. Really nice, really well done. I think she looks very Wednesday, and they did a great job with her for sure. This is the first version you get, and it's perfect for her. Like, there's nothing bad. It's so well done. So that's the first character we get. Next up is not a minifig. These aren't minifigs, by the way. These are mini dolls, most of them, which I don't mind. This is Thing, and it's really hard to see him because he's so freaking small. Look at this. He's so tiny. But here he is. He's very small, but it's basically just a Lego hand. Like, it's kind of hilarious. It's just a Lego claw hand with printing on it. Um, I think it's a new piece, actually. Pretty sure it's a new piece. It's got like his like severed part of his arm. Nice printing for the stitching. You can clip him to a stud or onto doll figures, which is great. And they can also hold him with that pole connection. So that's really nice. He looks great. It's funny that it's just a Lego hand, but it makes sense, he looks like he should, right? So you get him, which is not very nice to see. Very well designed. And then last up for now is Enid, if she will focus. She's great. She kind of looks like Emma, but I feel we'll get to the second one. I think the second one looks a little bit more like her in the face. Nice hairpiece. It's very bright blonde. She's got a good outfit on. It's like her casual look, where she's got like the jumper, the sweater, and she's got her little skirt with the flowers. And the jumper is really nice because it's got like the pink with the orange. It's really, it looks really kind of like lovely. Just the colors I think are really nice. And then you got her shoes. And then she's definitely a lot more colorful than Wednesday. Her details there's a lot more to her, which is funny. You know, it's just kind of part of the dynamic. But she's my favorite in the set. I think she looks pretty stellar. And not the only one we get of her. But yeah, this is Enid. She definitely stands out among the drab colors. And there you go. That's Enid. Or first version of her, at least. Those are the figures that I'll talk about for now. We'll get to the other ones later. I'll move them aside just a little bit, so we can take a look at the building. The building is a good size. It's like kind of compact. It's like kind of like shrunken, like kind of, the inside is more, it's more, what's the word? Not simple. It's a little bit smaller on the inside than the outside. Here's the outside though. Take a look at that first. It's got a lot of nice details. It's very, what's the word? It's very spooky. It has this very dark color scheme with the black. It's so black. There's so much black, but there's also like lots of light gray, some sand blue, which the sand blue really helps this stand out in a good way. It's all kind of like on the trim. Like there's a lot of trim of sand blue on the bottom. It just kind of goes on top and around the front of it. I think that adds a nice pop of color. There's some stickers. There's around 17 stickers, which sounds like a lot, but it's actually not that bad. Most of the stickers are actually for the inside. So there's some stickers on the outside. There's like the 4 different sorority, or I don't know what you call them, like the 4 different types of creatures. You've got the vampires, sirens, the werewolves, and the gorgons, which is... There's a lot of different species there, which is interesting. And there's a lot of nice details. There's like these gargoyle statues, which I believe were brand new for this set. I'm pretty sure. And you get 4 of them, which is really cool. And they look very nice, very kind of evil and creepy. And a lot of nice parts for the outside. You got like these boxes, and they like put them together, and then you get like these cupcake pieces. And you get like these spirals. It's very interesting, the parts that they use. There's also some windows on the sides with some like green plants. One thing that I really like about the outside is these different 1x1 curve pieces. You get a lot of them just like sprinkled throughout. And you get like these purple ones and I think sand green. Yeah, some sand green ones. So there's sand blue and sand green, which is really dope. And you kind of just get those little like scattered throughout. And they're really nice looking. This, obviously, is the iconic window from it's like the building window, like the one that they paint. And it's a printed piece, and it's huge. And it can actually be angled a little bit. So you can open it up, and you can have Wednesday and Eden, like, walking around, which is nice. I like that they can open this up and close it up. It's really cool. And there's a lot of walking space, too. You can put, like, a minifig, like... Well, it doesn't come with minifigs, but you can put one there. You know, you can have Enid and Wednesday hang out on the balcony. They look really nice on there. Let me see if I can get them. There's one, so you get to see how it's, you know, how they would look if they're outside. They look really nice together. And there's also a spot for Thing, like right here. So there's like a stud, so you can put Thing on there if you want. You can just kind of put him wherever, but, you know, that just kind of secures him. There's a lot of nice details, like the tower details are really cool. They have like these sloped down pieces. Sorry for the dust. It's a lot of black pieces attract dust, so it's, you know, that's just how it is. But it looks very nice with the tower. It looks very cool. And then there's another sticker for event right up there. And then at the very top, we have spires and some clips. So fantastic detailing. Just, it looks so good. It looks so Gothic, you know. It looks very Tim Burton, which I love. I'm a big fan of. And it's a really fun build. I like these different like railings, and it's just really cool. And it's very nice. There's also a couple of levers on the back. We'll get to those later. Those trigger something. But that's as that does that. That's the outside. It's really excellent looking. I think the sand blue really adds some nice color to this. Otherwise, it would just be black and gray, which is nice. And that's the outside. The inside, I think, is the better part of this. I think it's the more interesting part because you have a lot of stuff going on. There's a ton of stuff going on. It's basically like a little dollhouse. It's like a little playset, like, kind of. Although there's not any features. Technically there is with the window and what I'll get to later. But it's just like a little diorama of like the room that they were in. You know, it's split in half, obviously, and it looks great. Obviously, you can tell what Enid's side looks like. Look at this. It's full of color. It's just popping with color. You got like green, teal, white, pink, yellow, like sand red, sand pink, orange. It's just, there's so many colors. White, like light purple. There's so much going on. And I really like the window too because it matches the room. You can see the inside of it with the bright multicolored side and then Wednesday's kind of boring clear side. But it works. I like that they made a new piece. I think that's actually a new piece. That big print for the window. It's really nice. Let's get to the small details. There's a lot to see in such a small space. Here's Wednesday's side. It's got like it's just a boring like I don't know how to explain it. It's a boring set of colors. Like it's just blacks and browns and that's about it. But it's fun. It's got like her chandelier, which can actually move. It's got the little tassels in white, and something a little hard to show you, but there's a lamp at the back, which is really clever. It's just a cupcake turned over, and there's a little bookshelf. There is a typewriter. I think this is a print, and it's got a little paper in there. It's really like a little desk. It's really nice. And then there's a chair with a sticker on it, but you can move that chair if you want, and it's really nice looking. There is a rug on the ground, which looks great. And then there is a record player with a little sticker on it, and it's really well designed. It's like very kind of cutesy looking. It's really clever the way they designed it. It's actually really cool. You can move it around if you want, and it's very realistic. And behind that is Wednesday's cello. She has her little cello set up with her, like, I don't know what the instrument is called. You can I don't know if you can see that, but it has a wand piece as a, I don't know what the word, like the instrument is, but it goes with the cello. You can use that. And then there's the sheet music, which I think is, like, it's the song that she plays. Forgot the name of it. But you know what I'm talking about. What she plays. And then that's kind of the Wednesday side. It's kind of cramped, but not, like, it's cramped, but in a good way. Like, there's enough space where you can, have her walking around. And it looks very nice. I like the colors. I like the different stuff that you can, play around with here. My favorite part is actually the record player. I think it just looks so cool. It's very old-fashioned, which fits with Wednesday. So that's her side. You can obviously tell that side. And then I think the more interesting side is Enid's side. Yeah, it's Enid's side. And it's very colorful. Look at this. There's so much color. You've got a rug, which is really cleverly built. It's like all these tiny little 1x1s, but it's all put together. It's really cool. You've got her roller skates over here in the corner. You have her headphones hanging on the wall. And then over here, you've got her little diary with the locket. And then there's another lamp, this time in lime green. There is some pillows on her bed. There's a little stuffy of a bunny. There's a lot of artwork on the wall, which is really, really well done. There's like a little cactus with glasses. There's a unicorn, if we can see that. And then There's her chandelier, which is very different. It almost looks like Jello. And then there's an owl. I think these are supposed to be like drawings or like posters. I think they're like drawings and posters. And then there's like a sash in lime green. Over here is another sash in lavender. And then over here, I think this is my favorite sticker right here. This one says, "Music is my escape," which I'm sure we can all relate to that. And there is another stuffed animal of a bear. I think that's what that is, in orange. And then down here in the corner is a desk, and it's got another lamp. I think it's like red. And then there's the cat ears, which is the reference to Enid's werewolf form. So, I mean, that's it for her side, but her side is a little bit more interesting because there's just a lot more colors. It's just a little bit more fun looking, and which is kind of the point. So, it's very well designed, very cluttered with stuff, but I mean, that's Enid. I mean, that's how she is. So, as she falls over, I think there's enough room for you to put figures, which is nice. And that they look great, you know, posed up everywhere. And you can really put Thing anywhere. I just like to kind of have him hanging with Enid, but you can have him with anyone you want. It's probably more appropriate to have him with Wednesday over here. But yeah, there's enough room for, you know, the folks to walk around. It's got enough space and it looks really accurate to the show. There's one more detail, actually, right up here. It's the murder board, or it's the investigation. It's like the crime kind of bulletin board where Wednesday, she's investigating all the crimes going on at Nevermore. And it's really cool. I think it looks really kind of old-fashioned. It has that very vintage aesthetic, which helps. It has a nice art style with the different, you know, the different things going on, like the feet and the eye and the hand and stuff like that. It's really cool. I like that it's kind of framed up here, but you can take it and put it wherever you want. But it's just meant to be up here, which I think is interesting. And there's just the inside of the tower, how that's built. It's kind of very, it has a cool build to it. And I think that's every detail, I believe, except there is, I almost forgot, there is the secret feature, which is probably the coolest part of this set, to be honest, is the front. I mentioned there's these levers. Well, if you push them, there's actually a secret feature. You push that, and these drawers come out, which is really cool. You get one for Wednesday, and then, of course, on the other side, you get one for Enid as well. You can tell which one is which because, you know, Enid's got the bright pink, and it's really fun. You get two different mini dolls. These are the other versions, so these are like the Raven Dance versions. So you can see, here's the Raven Wednesday. Definitely not as iconic. It's definitely not as detailed. It's a little bit less detailed. Not in a bad way, but there you go. It's got a cool hairpiece. It does have a different face. It's slightly different. It's like her like eyebrow raise with a little bit of a different like lip design. It's very Wednesday. And I like the torso. It's very cool with the lace and nice dress piece as well. Hair piece is cool too. And it looks great. Definitely a nice addition to this set. And then you also get the Raven Enid, which I think the face for this one looks much more like Emma Myers. I think it looks way more like her, whereas the other face looks a little bit, it looks like her, but not as much. And I like the pink hair. It's a very nice reference to that scene. She's wearing her sparkly kind of werewolf style dress, and it looks very cool. I like the sparkles. It's very well done, in my opinion. I think the hair really makes this one look great. I think this one looks really, really nice. And then as for the drawers, they are pretty simple builds, but they look really cool. You've got some accessories for the Raven figures, like there's a water cup, and then there's a hide drawing, which is a print. It's really cool. And then there's a flower right there, which is a really cool detail. I just think these are just really, really dope. Little, like the fact that they added these and you can put different versions in there. You can swap them. It's really a nice touch. I like the black colors, and you can also stand these up if you want. So if you want to have them displayed outside of the build, you can do that too. And then Enid's side is pretty similar build. It's just different colors. You got like the pink, you got a pen, you have her phone, which she uses a lot, and then another water cup. So there you go. You got those other versions. So if you don't want to have the normal ones, you can swap them out. It's really cool. Just a really nice little feature to have, you know. It's a nice little surprise to show people. I think it's just a nice little touch to have other versions. And you can put them back in there, just slide them back in. Boom, there you go. And that's the set. I think it's awesome, honestly. It's really well done. There's nothing I don't really like. Like if I'm nitpicking, I guess I would like this to have been a tiny bit wider, like just a little bit longer on the base. I don't know. That's like my one complaint. Like honestly, there's a few new pieces, like the gargoyles and this window, and a lot of nice stickers, and like you kind of get two sets in one. You get the outside of this building, which is supposed to be Nevermore, but then you can flip it over and you get the inside of the dorm, which is it's so cool. Like you can flip it, and it may not have a lot of play features, but I think it's mainly for just looks. Like it looks fantastic. It's very well done, and I think it has a lot of nice little accessories, and you can play with it too, and it just looks great. And it's very accurate to the show, like really well, like very well designed. And I think if you're a fan of Wednesday season 1, definitely should pick this up if you're a fan, if you want something from the show. And it's a really fun build. It's kind of a quick build, but it's very enjoyable, and it has a lot of good pieces, and just a fun set for sure. I'm glad I picked it up. It definitely stands out, and I think it's great. One of the best sets that I picked up personally in a while. I think it's worth the money. I do think it retailed for $90 at retail. I think it was definitely overpriced. I think it should have been like $60 or $50. I got it for $44, so definitely a better deal. So if you can get it on sale, even better. And it's well designed for what it is. I just think it was overpriced. But overall, great set. Pick it up if you're a fan of the show. Figures are great. Obviously, it would have been better if they were mini figures, but I get it. So if you're into mini dolls, these are honestly some of the best mini dolls that I've seen in a set in a while. Just the design of them. They look like they're actors, and they're very well done. And overall, just an excellent set, in my opinion. Nothing really to complain about for me. I would highly recommend, absolutely. I think it is a wonderful set, and it got great pieces, great look. So, those are my thoughts. What do you think of Wednesday in Enid's dorm room? Do you think it's a good set? Do you think it sucks? What do you think of the show? Do you like the show? What do you think of the actors? What do you think of the different Lego sets? Do you think they did a good job? And that's it. Thanks for hanging. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next review. Take care. Have a great day.